Hi guys, thanks so much for reading my newsletter, or if you're just on my YouTube channel and you've happened across this, then hello to you as well. I decided that I wanted to do my newsletter a bit differently this week, and I'm going to start a small series of videos which I'm going to call Matrix Magic, because I think that it's really important for me to share my journey with you so that you can see. Well, firstly, that I'm still doing work on myself, so you know that I practice what I preach, but also so that you can see exactly what happens when you use something like EFT and matrix reimprinting. I can't share my clients' sessions with you, obviously, because they're confidential. And sometimes such magical things happen in them that I wish I could. But because of confidentiality, of course, I would never do that. And so I want to share my recent matrix session with you so that you can understand a little bit more about the kind of weird and wonderful things that happen when you're in the matrix. So I've been ill pretty much on and off since October, and it's now the middle of January 2016 when I'm recording this video. So I've been having kind of chesty problems, cough, sore throats, flu-like symptoms, all sorts of things. And I don't generally get ill very often because I usually use my EFT tapping to get rid of symptoms whenever I feel ill, even if I've got a little headache. So things don't tend to last a huge amount of time. So this time it felt really different. I felt like someone had kind of pulled my plug out. I just felt like all the energy had been drained out of my body. And I was starting to get really worried that there might be something really wrong, like chronic fatigue or ME, possibly something else. So I even went to the doctor for a blood test because I was so worried, and that really isn't like me at all. Then I decided to use EFT and Matrix to go a little bit deeper and really do some digging in what was going on. So I did this session on Tuesday, I think, with the help of a fellow practitioner. And we started with this sensation of numbness that kind of was happening from like my left nose, all my left nose, because I've got two noses, the left-hand side of the one nose that I have on my face. And it was traveling all the way down the back of my throat, almost into my lung and my heart. I could feel like this numb feeling. So we started tapping on this numb feeling, even though I have this numb feeling, etc., etc. And then it's kind of it cleared from about an 8 to about a 2, but there was still this little something in there. So when we did the focusing technique and chasing the pain and just focused in on what was the sensation was telling me, there were some very interesting images in there, which I won't go into now because I don't want to take up an hour of your time. But basically there was some childlike images in there. There was, I don't know if any of you remember the character Mum-Ra from, I think it was from He-Man. Yeah, showing my age now, kids. But yeah, so there was a picture of Mum-Ra in my lung for some bizarre reason. He was really angry. So I had a little chat with him, as you do when you're in the Matrix. If you've never done this stuff before, then I probably sound like I should be committed at this point. But if you work with me or another practitioner, then this hopefully will sound completely normal and will put any fears that you've had in past sessions about, is this weird, to bed, because nothing is weird when you get into the tapping. Weird stuff comes up. So anyway, so I had a chat with Mum-Ra. He was really angry, so I calmed him down by doing some surrogate tapping, even though Mum-Ra, you're really angry, etc. Anyway, we ended up back at this memory. Mum-Ra calmed down, you'll be glad to know. We've sorted Mum-Ra out, he's fine, he's back in He-Man world. And got back to this memory of me about 4 years old, and tiny little pickle I was back then. Loads of ringlets, like massive spirally ringlets, proper Shirley Temple with these like big fluttery eyes. And I was in a right grump because I had to wear this bridesmaid dress because I was a bridesmaid. Looking back, I probably did look really cute, but Oh my God, that dress was so freaking itchy. I even remember now. And it had like these knickerbocker pantaloon things underneath it. I mean, even for the 80s, that was a push. So I felt just so. I looked at this little me, the Echo, as we call them in Matrix. I looked at my Echo and I just thought, she's actually really cute, but I could tell she was not happy. She had a real grump on. So I went and had a little chat with her. And what came across from my work with her in the Matrix was that she was just feeling like she wanted to go home. She was really, really tired, really exhausted, which obviously fitted in with my symptoms in my life now, that real exhaustion. And feeling like, oh, I don't want to do that because I'm just so tired. So I completely understood how she felt and I wanted to help her. So we did some tapping with my Echo, and it turned out that she really wanted everyone in her family to come with her. So it wasn't good enough for just her mum or her dad or one of her sisters. She wanted everyone together. They all had to go home. Now, we can't let a 4-year-old have that much power because then she just becomes stroppy. I suppose we could, but it just didn't feel right in this particular session. It just felt like that wasn't where we needed to go. So I just asked her, what is it about needing everyone to come with you? And she told me it wasn't just that she needed everyone to go with her, but she wanted them to want to go with her, which is actually really different. And then she said that her older sister, like I've got 2 older sisters, but the eldest one, Noli number 1, we call her, I was getting a sense from her in the Matrix that if they all came with me, she would be quite bitter about it. And there was a sense of, oh, she's the baby, she always gets what she wants. And this really resonated with me because I do tend to feel almost like a sense of guilt when I achieve something and I get acknowledged for it or recognized for it. I get, oh, yay, thank you, but I'll always be vaguely self-deprecating as well because I don't want people to think, oh, check her out, she's up herself. And that's not particularly healthy. You should be able to say, yay, me, I did something good, and celebrate yourself without being egotistical. You can still celebrate yourself without being up your own arse. Even the fact I said that shows you, doesn't it, that there's this little thing that's attached to that for me. So anyway, I healed all of my family with the surrogate tapping in the Matrix. And by the end of that, little me, my Echo, was feeling so much better. We healed my older sister because she didn't feel loved. She didn't feel like there was enough love to go round. So she felt like if little me got all the love, there wasn't going to be enough left for her. And it felt like everyone in the family felt that way. So it was up to myself and my Echo to educate them all that there was more than enough love to go round. And in fact, the more love that we gave to one another, the more it grew. So the more we gave, the more we received, and the more we created, which was an awesome feeling. I left that little Georgina and she was glowing with this golden white light. She was so excited. And just before she went, she was bloody wise, let me tell you. And I'm sure for those of you who have met your own Echoes, you know how wise they can be. She said to me, I know you're sad and you don't need to be afraid. Well, that blew me out the water because I don't know why I was sad or why I was afraid, but on some level inside, I was. And it was not for any tangible reason. It was just this kind of residual thing that was floating around. So ever since that session, I've still had a little bit of a sore throat, but I'm going to work on that in a couple of days' time when I've kind of, allowed all the other changes to fully take place. But the numbness is gone. I can, like it all feels in good working order in there. And I just wanted to share that little story with you because I want you to know that when those memories pop up when you're tapping, even if they don't feel like they're relevant, I mean, I had no idea why me, as a 4-year-old bridesmaid, would have anything to do with why I had a numb feeling in my lung, at the age of 32. Yet it did. It was the key to unlocking something really quite magical. And at the end of that matrix session, my echo actually gave me a kiss on the forehead. And there were lots of tears shed by me in real life as I was sitting there tapping with my eyes closed, going, "Oh my God, it's so beautiful." But I felt this warmth, this physical warmth traveling all the way through my body as I sat there on the sofa. And that all came just from that she just kissed me on my forehead. And that was when she told me I didn't, she knew I was sad and I didn't need to be afraid. So if you're keen to find out what your little echoes have got in store for you, and you'd like to work a little bit more on any area of your life, maybe you're not feeling too well right now, maybe you're struggling with your weight, or maybe you're in physical pain, it could be anything. Even subtle things like stress and baseline anxiety, or even huge anxiety and panic attacks or depression. Matrix can help with all of those things, and I use it for all those things on myself and for my clients, friends, family, anyone who wants it really. So if you're keen to come and play in the Matrix with me, then hop on over to my website www.georginaknoll.com and book in for your free consultation now. That's right, it's free, guys. 30 minutes of my time for free to decide whether you really want to let me into your brain, and whether you're really ready to take that step towards being your most awesome you. Thanks for listening, and I will see you soon.